Hi and welcome. In this video we're going to be covering the installation and basic configuration of OpportunityBot, but just before we get into that, please just make sure that you have the .NET 4 framework installed and running correctly. There'll be a download link right beside this video or right below this video depending on your screen, so please just double check that. If you fail to do so, you might run into trouble using OpportunityBot, and if that's the case, please just double check your installation and make sure it's installed properly. Now let's get into the installation of OpportunityBot itself. So by now you should have downloaded this file. Just double click on it to get into the installation wizard. Then click Next. Tick the box to agree to the license terms and click Next. Leave the path to, as the default, or change it if you want to. It's completely up to you and your computer. And click Next. Then click Install. Click Yes. And finally on this last screen, I'm going to tick the box that says Launch OpportunityBot on Exit. It's completely up to you. If you don't tick this box, you'll just need to start it up from your Start menu. And now I'll click Finish. So now, because this is the first time I've run OpportunityBot on this computer, I just need to enter a license key. You can get your license key from the email you received straight after purchase. If you have any trouble finding this email, please double check and make sure you're looking at the right email address. Some people have different email addresses for their PayPal email versus their normal email. So just double check any additional accounts that you have and see if that's where the email went. Also check your spam folders as well and make sure that it hasn't ended up in there. If all else fails, don't hesitate to get in touch and I'll do my best to track it down for you. In this case, I'm going to be using a license key of demo for this demo, but of course use your one from your email. So pop in your license key, copy and paste it, make sure there aren't any extra characters or spaces or anything else in there that could cause any problems, and then click on Activate. And you'll hopefully get this message popping up saying successfully activated product. If you get any other error message, just double check and make sure that there aren't any spaces or other errors with the license key, and get in touch if you can't get it up and running properly. Then click on OK. And then finally click on OK again. After that, OpportunityBot will start up and you shouldn't see the license screen again, unless you change PCs or need to reinstall it for any reason. And here is OpportunityBot. Now we'll just go through the basic configuration really quickly. We won't go into too much detail because all of the configuration is fairly self-explanatory and you shouldn't really need to change anything in there unless something unusual is happening. So to get to the configuration, you can just click on the File menu and then click onto Configuration. And this is the configuration screen. So from here, if you want, you can change OpportunityBot to open any opportunities in your default system browser, be it Chrome, Internet Explorer, Safari, or anything else. Or you can leave it on the default internal browser, which I recommend you do because it's a lot more useful than using a normal system browser. The internal browser currently just has Internet Explorer. We may add future browsers in the future, but at the moment that's all that's available there. The search threads might be useful for some of you. If you have a fast internet connection and a fast PC, you might want to increase this number, as this will give you faster search results. If you have a slower PC or a slower internet connection, you may want to decrease this down, as it can cause performance problems sometimes if the internet connection is really bad. Then we've got the proxy support. I'll be creating a separate video on this, but I'll say this at this point. If you're going to be performing a large number of searches against Craigslist, or you're going to be performing some very broad searches, as in you're searching all categories and all locations or something else crazy like that, then you'll definitely want to use proxies. So make sure you keep your eyes out for the other video. And lastly, we've got the logging section. Now this should be left as the default unless you're experiencing some trouble with the software, and I might ask you to change this to some other level and then send me the log file, but by default you should just leave this as error. Once you've finished making any changes, just click on OK. And that's all there is to it. That's OpportunityBot installed and configured and ready to go. I'll see you in the next video where we start using it.